Okay, good morning boys. Yesterday we have learned about projectile and we have calculated very interesting parameters of projectile. Time to reach the maximum height and time of flight. Then we calculated maximum height h. Then we calculated range. Range is nothing but the horizontal displacement. Now range is calculated as r is equal to v naught square sin 2 theta naught by g. And the range becomes maximum. We stopped at that particular point. Range becomes maximum when the angle of projection is 45 degree. When theta naught becomes 45 degree, if you substitute here, theta naught 45 into 2 becomes 90. So sin 90 becomes 1. So r becomes r max, that is v naught square upon g. This is the case when angle of projection is 45 degree, and we concluded that whenever a projectile is thrown with an angle of 45 degree, it will cover maximum displacement, maximum range r max. Now height reached by a projectile for any given angle theta naught with the initial velocity v naught, we calculated it as h is equal to v naught square sin square theta naught by 2g. These were the things that we discussed yesterday. Now let us continue. Galileo stated in his book Two New Sciences, Galileo stated that for elevations which exceed or fall short of 45 degree, for elevations of projection which exceed or fall short of 45 degree by equal amounts, the ranges are equal. What does it mean? Look at the diagram. If a projectile is thrown with 45 degree, so this is the projectile with angle of projection 45 degree, it will cover maximum displacement, and that is maximum horizontal range r max. Okay. Now if the angle of projection is falling short by, let us say, some angle alpha, let alpha be the small angle, it may be 15 degree, it may be 20 degree, whatever it is. If it is falling short of 45 degree by some angle alpha, then I have drawn this. For this angle 45 minus alpha, angle of projection, this will have a range. I have drawn this. That range is given by r. If the angle exceeds 45 degree by plus alpha, if it exceeds by plus alpha, then it will have a same range. So this is the diagram I have drawn. Now we have to prove it using this equation of range. Here, if theta is equal to, okay, I will solve left hand side. If theta naught is equal to 45 degree plus alpha, then what happens to this equation? Then r becomes equal to v naught square sin 2 times 45 degree plus alpha divided by g. So take this 2 inside, so it becomes v naught square sin 90 plus 2 into alpha, 2 alpha divided by g. Sin 90 plus 2 alpha. In trigonometry, you must have learned sin 90 plus any angle becomes cos of that angle. So this becomes r is equal to v naught square cos 2 alpha divided by g. Call this equation 1. Now let us solve for angle which is falling short of 45 degree by alpha. If theta naught is equal to 45 degree minus alpha, if theta naught is equal to 45 degree minus alpha, then let me call this range as r dash. R dash is equal to v naught square sin 2 into 45 degree minus alpha divided by g. Then v naught square sin 90 minus 2 alpha. Whether it is sine 90 plus 2 alpha or sine 90 minus 2 alpha, it takes the same, that is cos 2 alpha. Therefore, it becomes V naught square cos 2 alpha divided by G. So this is R dash. Thus, R becomes equal to R dash. So for elevations which are exceeding 45 degree or falling short of 45 degree by equal angle, same amount, by same amount, then their ranges are equal. Their ranges are equal. This is how we prove from this statement. So from equation 1 and 2, it is quite evident that the ranges R and R dash are same. For example, if you take alpha, just calculate yourself. If alpha is 15 degree, then 45 plus 15 becomes 60. So sine V naught square into sine 2 into 60. Sine 2 into 60 can be written as sine 90 plus 30. 2 into 60 means sine 120. Sine 120 can be written as sine 90 plus 30. So that becomes cos 60. So V naught square cos 2 into 30. 2 into 30, that becomes cos 30. So what is cos 30 value? Cos 30 value is root 3 by 2. Just do it yourself. It's very interesting. So we will get cos 30, that is V naught square root 3 by 2g. V naught square root 3 by 2g. Similarly, if it is 45 minus 15, 45 minus 15, same angle, 15, then 45 minus 15 is 30. Sine 2 into 30 becomes sine 60. Sine 60 is also root 3 by 2. Therefore, sine 60 root 3 by 2, if you write, then it becomes V naught square root 3 by 2g. Even if you substitute in the final equation, you will get the same. So thus, for ranges, for elevations which exceed or fall short of 45 degree by equal amounts, the ranges are equal. This is evident from this analysis. Okay, now let us solve one simple problem of calculating maximum height and range. A cricket ball, look at this example. A cricket ball is thrown at a speed of 28 meter per second. It is thrown with a speed of 28 meter per second. In a direction 30 degree above the horizontal. If this is the horizontal, you can take x axis as the horizontal with a 30 degree above the angle of above the horizontal, means angle of projection is 30 degree. Initial velocity is 28 meter per second. Now you are asked to calculate the maximum height reached by this ball. Maximum height reached by this ball, h. Second one is time taken by the ball to return to the same level. If this is the level, what is the total time taken by the ball to return to the same level? That is, you are asked to calculate what is the range. What is the total time of flight? Second one is, what is the total time of flight? PF. What is PF? Third one is distance from the thrower. Distance from the thrower. Here is the thrower. Distance from the thrower to the point where the ball returns to the same level. Distance from the thrower to the point where it returns to the same level. Means you are asked to calculate what is range. So you are asked to calculate what is range. First you are asked to calculate what is h, maximum height, what is total time of flight, and what is range. These are the three questions. So directly let us apply the formula that we have derived. We know the height reached by the projectile. The height reached by projectile is given by maximum height, if you write it as HM, then it becomes V naught square sin square theta naught by 2g. V naught square sin square theta naught by 2g. Just substitute the values. 28 into 28, that is 28 square. It is given 28 meter per second into sin square. The angle of projection is 30 degree. Sin square 30 divided by 9.8, where we have taken acceleration due to gravity g. 2 into 9.8, g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So sin 30 is 1 by 2. So it becomes 2 1s are 2 14s are. So thus the next we can write 14 into 28 into 1 by 4 sin square. 1 by 4 divided by 9.8. So that becomes 4 1s are 4 7s are. So 14 7s are 98. So 98 divided by 9.8 becomes 10 meter. Therefore, the maximum height reached by the ball is 10 meter. This is first question. Now you are asked to calculate what is time of flight. Time during which the ball is in flight. Total time of flight. This also we have got the equation. Tf is equal to 2 times V naught sin theta naught by c. Just substitute the values. 2 into 28 into sin 30. Directly you can write 1 by 2 divided by 9.8. Sin 30, that is 1 by 2 cancels with this 2. So it becomes 9.8. 280 divided by 98. So this comes out to be about nearly 3 seconds. Exactly it is 2.9 seconds. So time of flight becomes 2.9 seconds. This is second term. Right? Now let us see the third one, range. You are asked to find out distance from the thrower to the point where the ball returns to the same level. So this becomes range. Range of projectile R is equal to V naught square sin 2 theta naught divided by G. So again substitute 28 into 28 into sin 2 into 30. 2 into 30 becomes sin 60 divided by 9.8. So that becomes root 3 by 2. Sin 60 root 3 by 2. 2 into 9.8. Again if you cancel 14s are. If you work it out, the range comes out to be about 69 meter. 69 meter. This is how you have to solve for the given examples. So this is a very simple direct question. So if you remember the equations, you will be able to solve this kind of problem. Now let us solve another type of example. Show that, this is second example, show that the projection angle theta naught for a projectile launched from the origin, this is the origin, launched from the origin is given by theta naught is equal to tan inverse of 4 hm by r, where hm is the maximum height. Just now we got the equation for maximum height and we solved an example. 4 times maximum height divided by r, where r is the range. This is first part. And second part, show that for a projectile, the angle between the velocity vector and the x-axis as a function of time t given by theta equal to tan inverse of v naught y minus gt divided by v naught x. This second part actually I have already solved, but we will solve it once again. So first look at the first part. So that the projection angle theta naught for a projectile launched from the origin is given by theta naught is equal to tan inverse of 4 hm by r. So I will write first part, answer for first part A. So this equation can also be written as, I will write through that equation, I will write the equation to be proved. Prove that tan theta naught, you take this tan inverse this side, it becomes tan theta naught. Tan theta naught is equal to 4 hm by r. Okay, let us go by right hand side. What is right hand side? 4 times hm by r. We know what is hm. Maximum height. Maximum height hm is equal to v naught square sine square theta naught by 2g. V naught square sine square theta naught by 2g. And we also know what is the range. Range is equal to v naught square sine 2 theta naught by g. Let us take the ratio. Let us take the ratio. What do we get? That is dividing this equation of hm by equation of r. Dividing equation 1 by equation 2. What do we get? Let us see. hm by r is equal to v naught square sine square theta naught by 2g into divided by r. So when you take this r in the numerator, it becomes 1 by r. So it becomes g upon v naught square sine 2 theta naught. That is, instead of writing this entire quantity sine square theta naught upon 2g whole divided by this one, I have written in this form. I think it is clear. hm by r is equal to right hand side divided by right hand side. V naught square sine square theta naught by 2g whole divided by v naught square sine 2 theta naught by g. So that g comes to the numerator. G comes to the numerator divided by v naught square sine 2 theta naught. Now you can see v naught square cancels with v naught square. G cancels with g. You are left with sine square theta naught by 2 times sine 2 theta naught. Times sine 2 theta naught. What is sine 2 theta naught? We have studied yesterday. Sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta into cos theta. This is a trigonometrical identity. So it becomes sine square theta naught divided by 2 into 2 times sine theta naught cos theta naught. So sin theta in the denominator cancels with 1 sin theta here. So when it cancels, look here, you are left with sin theta naught by cos theta naught. Sin theta naught by cos theta naught is tan theta naught. Tan theta naught divided by 2 2s are 4. Thus we get hm by r, that is maximum height by r, is equal to tan theta naught by 4. Take this 4 to the left hand side. That implies tan theta naught is equal to 4 times hm by r. This is what is asked. Or this can be also written as theta naught is equal to tan inverse of 4 hm by r. So it is purely mathematical. So the meaning of this problem is, if you are given the maximum height and if you are given the range, you can find out the angle of projection. The angle of projection from the origin. So tan theta naught is equal to 4 times maximum height divided by range. 4 hm divided by range r. So this is the first part. Now look into the second part. Show that for a projectile, the angle between velocity and the x-axis is a function of time t, given by this equation. Now let us take, after some time t, the particle has reached this particular point. Say P be the point that it has reached. Draw a tangent here. So this becomes the velocity vector. And if you draw components, so this becomes x component and this becomes y component. This is Vy and this is Vx. This is regarding this angle theta. Angle theta after some time t. This is at time t. See, from initial point it is thrown with an angle theta naught, which we have found out. After some time t, this is the angle theta, which we got it by drawing a tangent at that particular point P with the horizontal. This is the horizontal x-axis, which is also equal to same horizontal x-axis. So that we get theta here, which can be obtained from these components, and these components are nothing but Vy and Vx respectively. So now we will solve part B. At time t, let theta be the angle. Let theta be the angle made by velocity vector with horizontal. So now we can write what is that angle theta in terms of tan theta. So from this diagram you can see, therefore tan theta becomes equal to Vy by Vx, where Vy is the velocity at time t and y component of velocity at time t. Vx is the x component of velocity at time t. Vy is the y component of velocity at time t. Vx is the x component of velocity vector v at time t. Now we know what is Vx. Vx is always constant. V naught x. V naught x is equal to V naught cos theta naught. And what is Vy? Vy is equal to V naught y minus Gg. V naught y, where V naught y is the initial y component of velocity. If this is the initial velocity V naught, then V naught x is the initial x component. V naught y is the initial y component. We already got it from the previous discussion. So if you substitute this from this equation, we can get, therefore tan theta is equal to Vy is v naught y minus gt divided by Vx. Vx is v naught x. That is the question. If you want, you can further substitute what is the value of v naught y. V naught y is v naught sin theta naught. V naught sin theta naught minus gt. So that's it. But in the question it is stopped here itself. So we can write tan theta is equal to v naught y minus gt divided by v naught x. Therefore, this implies theta is equal to tan inverse of, take this tan this one, this side, tan inverse of v naught y minus gt divided by v naught x. So this becomes the solution. So this implies that angle theta is not constant. Angle theta varies with respect to time t. As the projectile takes its flight, the angle at any given interval of time is given by theta is equal to tan inverse of v naught y minus gt divided by v naught x. V naught x is constant in the denominator, it is always constant. V naught cos theta naught. V naught y is also constant. V naught sin theta naught. So it depends only on time t. So this is how we solve the problem. So these are the two problems which are theoretical problems and that can be derived with the help of the knowledge of maximum height, range, and with the knowledge of x component of velocity and y component of velocity. X component of velocity and y component of velocity. In the next session, we will solve more and more numerical problems. You also solve problems from various sources and ask me the doubts. This projectile motion is very important from the point of view of applications, also from the point of view of examination also. Thank you. Have a good day.